They inspire me to do better. Holy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Habitual Overcomers Podcast,
Welcome.
episode 7. Today's topic, Christmas. What it's become and what it means to us. You guys, as always, I'm your host, Toots McAbernathy, and with me is my very dear and close and
Keith.
personal friend, Keith Creator.
It's Christmas.
Christmas! How's everybody
It's
doing?
Christmas.
Ken, what's happening, my friend? Yeah, so let's just start off simple. What do you got going for Christmas, Keith?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
man.
your Christmas like?
What
Tell
do
us
you
what your
think,
Christmas
dude?
is
I've
like.
got to travel. I've got to work. I've got to buy things. I've got to spend money that I probably don't have. And then also, I'm going to be jolly about the whole situation.
Wow. That's heavy, folks. That's a lot.
Anyways, now, so I really just am going up to the parents. You know, my grandparents came down this weekend or today, really. So it's always nice. I'm just joking around, really, but it's just always nice. It's my family's always there to take care of us. So and they take care of my kids and make sure they're always happy. You know, so.
That is nice. I think, Christmas for most people has become about their children, which isn't necessarily the worst thing ever. I think taking some time and focusing on your kids is obviously a really good thing. I think it can be detrimental if you overdo it on Christmas, but I think that it can be a really great connection time for friends and family. And especially if you want to take the time to understand the true meaning of Christmas. So all that is
If you
great.
have a really good connection with your family, I guess, Christmas is not as much as like, a difference is like an everyday, like going down to see them, other than like, the Christmas theme and spirit and presents and everything.
As in gifts, presents, not a present.
Yes.
Gotcha. Wouldn't that be funny if that was the misinterpretation the whole time? Now, that is actually funny. That would make a great movie, is that when Jesus came and he was like, you need to have presents.
Somebody handed him
And
a present.
he was thinking, the presence of God within you, but everybody interpreted it as giving someone a present. And that was how it all got started. Yeah. That would be a really funny little skit to do. That would be funny. So a little off topic there, but no, not on topic, but off topic though. But that would be funny.
Yeah, because, your version of Christmas, because, and I don't know, I mean, it's different, because it's a different level of, whether you want to look past it or not, whether you want to stick your head above the water or not, and that's a good way to look at it, I think.
Yeah, I think Christmas, it used to be to me very, very much just about, gifts time. We would go to people's, families. Everybody would go to another family member and, we'd all exchange gifts or whatnot. And, it seemed almost like, I don't know, kind of a chore, to be honest with you. Even the kids back then, they would get so tired of it by the time we were off to the next, even getting presents. And I mean, that's pretty bad, right? If they're not enjoying getting presents, I mean, that was the little moment that they're looking for. But
I think that depends on the number of family members
that's
you have.
true.
If you have a lot of Christmases and a lot of families, and then they can't, the
Yep.
budget's thin, and then you're just going really for formalities at that point,
Yeah.
Or dinners that you don't want to have. It's kind of like a Thanksgiving that you don't want to go to. But
Yeah,
if you have like one Christmas that means something to like my grandparents, like that means a lot to them. They make sure of it to do it every year at the same time.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, and that was very
It just
similar for me growing up with my grandparents. We always had, it was just Christmas at home and Christmas at the grandparents, and that was it. And then once I had kids, with my ex-wife now, she was big into going to many, many, many family members' houses. And then it became, how many days of Christmas do you celebrate, right? And so we'd be celebrating Christmas for a couple weeks usually, because getting around to everybody's house, and then, my families, her families, and everybody in between. It gets to be very taxing and not enjoyable. It was much more work than just spending that time with your family. Now, if I could go back, I would never do that. I would totally have never have done that. We would have just spent private time with my kids, and that would have been that. Because now I see that none of those family members, which by the way, not a one of them talk to me now. So on my side or on, their mother's side, which it's understandable, their mother's side, since we're not together anymore, that makes sense. I'm not expecting that. But, when we were married 11 years, wouldn't hurt for one of them to, have said Merry Christmas one time after that. But that's it, because it really isn't about that, for most
no.
people.
How much of it is a formality?
Yeah, it's
You
really a
know,
formality. For most people, it's going through the motions, and that's what happened to me. And that's where I got stuck in, and I lost.
and that's what I was saying before. Where it was like, hey, how much? Like it's going where if you have that one Christmas, it means a lot. Because it's not a formality.
Yeah.
It's actually, you know, it means something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also too,
So
you get to that place in where gifts are so easily gotten anymore. It's like there's no appreciation for
yep.
anything, because I mean, when I was young, there wasn't a lot of gifts. I might get one big gift. I'm not saying I didn't get a good gift, like I would get a gift, several gifts, but one big gift. And then after that, it was basically, little stuff I needed or whatever like that most of the time. Except, when I'm real little, obviously I got a lot of toys. But as I got older, and then I started realizing that one gift was really all that I wanted. It would be like you'd focus on one thing, you get a couple more things. Usually for me personally, it was some sort of a gaming system or games. I always grew up wanting gaming systems ever since original Nintendo. I think I got it around like
I
88 or something like
remember
that. And then
my
from there, 87,
grandmother
88.
and my whole family being there, and I'm getting ludicrous chicken and beer CD.
Nice. Nice.
You know,
That's amazing.
unwrapping
That's
it in front
always
of
awesome when
everyone.
you get a cool
Just fucking.
parental
I mean,
advisory
that's how
sticker CD on
my
Christmas.
grandma's
Man, that was
awesome.
so cool. That's a thing that we've lost. We'll never get those
And I was
parental
young. I mean, it
advisory.
was right there with Little Bow Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
It came with Little Bow Wow too. I got Little Bow Wow the
We'll
same
never
Christmas.
get those parental advisory gifts from
That's something
our
else. Dude, the chicken and
very
beer,
modest
man.
grandparents anymore. I think I definitely
So
remember getting things like Snoop Dogg Doggy Style and Dr. Dre The Chronic back in like the early 90s whenever they came out as Christmas gifts. That was pretty funny. Those are good times. So, and they're like, what do you want? What I
yeah,
was trying to think
it
of what
always
that music
surprised
store
me.
was that we used to buy CDs at, and I still can't think of. I want to say Music Biz, but I can't remember what that. Anyway, that's where we used to get all of our tapes and CDs from back in the day. But
Yeah, and see, it felt like, I always had a close knit. I had family members, right? All distant family members all over the place, but I never like went and fucked with them on the holidays,
yeah,
just kind of stuck in a tight circle. And I
yeah.
think that benefited it, so, it things mean a lot more and we have our, traditions.
Well, once my grandma passed away, I never saw my cousins or
And
other
that's what'll
family members at
happen to
Christmas
us.
ever again. I never saw them again. Not one time have I
And then
seen
it'll
them at
be
Christmas time ever again.
my parents.
Because it wasn't
And
about
that,
us. It was about, I guess, them, and it was really about my grandma because she wanted that whole family thing together for Christmas and everybody there
yeah.
and dinner, and I'm not going to say that I didn't enjoy the time because it was fun when you're a kid, especially when all the family shows up and all they bring all their kids, and next thing you know, you're just having a good time. And that's really really good for kids. It's healthy for kids. There's nothing wrong with that. The adults, that's another story. It depends on how they are and how they look at things. But I can say that our family get together was always really nice. Everybody
Yeah.
pretended to love each other, and then we would
We would
have a
always
great
play like
dinner,
a pick a game or whatever that
play
was,
some
had
cards,
well, like,
yeah, play board games, something like
something.
that. Yeah, play old maid, who knows, whatever
Yeah,
it was at the
something
time. We
crazy.
would always do something. So that's what Christmas was when I was younger. And then, I said what happened with my kids, and now, um, wow, I mean, we've totally 180. I wouldn't, I, I don't think I would go spend 1 second with a family member on Christmas anymore. It's that's not in me anymore. I don't care about Christmas. I don't care about gifts. The holiday isn't what's meant to even be. What it's become isn't what it was meant to be. It's actually a day that you're supposed to have self-reflection. Christmas should be a time of peace and reflection and um, gathering that understanding and that connection to Christ and why you even celebrate it. And that's what I feel now. And that's taken me away from needing any type of connection with friends or family or anyone. I don't need anybody. Not that I would tell them no. If someone wanted to come over and said, "Hey, I want to come see you at Christmas," fine. That's no problem. I don't mind that at all. But they don't. That's what's so funny. As soon as you realize that you're not getting a gift anymore from someone, it's like nobody's here. Not one person shows up to
Yeah.
see me, to visit me. And it's fine. That's what I want. I don't need that. I'm not saying that I want it. I'm not saying that I feel bad about it. I feel nothing about it. It's actually exactly how it should be. Those people, if they care about it, they need to go spend that time with the people that also care about it. Like my kids, if they think Christmas is super important, but not important enough to come here, then that's fine with me. I have no problem with that. They can go spend that time with their mother. I'm pretty sure that it's probably still very important to her that they do all their family stuff on Christmas. She probably drags them all to it. It's probably a huge pain in the butt for them, but they do it for their mom. So eventually they may see, and if they don't, there's nothing I can do about that. But I do not celebrate in that fashion anymore. So we don't give gifts. We don't buy stuff. And not to mention, you guys, my big thing is with the gifts, we especially don't do it because we can give each other a gift anytime we want. If Christmas is only about gift giving, then it means nothing at all because I could give a gift every single day. I could give a gift all the time. If that's all it is, if it's just sitting there waiting for an expectation for a gift, then that's not even what the holiday was about anyway. So you've already lost that. And I just don't. I wouldn't
Maybe.
want to. I personally don't live that way anymore, where I concern myself
I
with things like that.
agree.
So
You're exactly right.
do we get?
And I do that too,
Yeah, we still probably
right?
get
As in, like,
gifts throughout the year, and then we just consider those like the same thing as Christmas,
yeah,
basically, right?
like, well, like, yeah, exactly, right? Like, hey, I'm gonna give you this early because I don't want to wait because, why wait? But I will make it a surprise, but I don't
Yeah,
want to
that's actually
wait
great.
because
I
I'd rather
think
you have it now and benefit
right.
with it
I think
now.
that that's great for kids, though. I think making children wait till Christmas
Yeah,
is
make children
a
wait, but not
teaching tool. It's not
your
necessarily
wife.
about the gift in that aspect. Making the kids wait till Christmas is a teaching tool to kind of let them experience patience and all those good things. So there's nothing wrong with that.
I agree. The
Sorry.
the the th- the thing about, and I guess that's where, the economy and everything, like I was talking about, how we have the highest levels of consumerism because Christmas is so big here, and
Hmm.
Christmas is turned into Black Friday. Black
Yeah.
Friday, funds Christmas, it
Absolutely.
gives people a break because so they can build up for and
Yeah.
borrow to buy Christmas stuff. And
100%.
that's basically what it has become. And and America's gonna have to eventually just trim the fat and stop and pay up and get zeroed, and I think that's gonna happen this year, where everybody's gonna get kind of a boost and get kind of the chance to do that. But if whether they choose to do that or not, that's on them, and they probably won't, which will further the economy anyway. So
Yeah.
because
I think a lot of people that get extra money, stimulus, or anything like that around Christmas time, it's pretty much all reinvested into the economy. Most people don't have
yeah,
enough
yeah,
money
yeah,
that they're
yeah. Every single
saving
one
those
is,
chunks of money.
no
Most
matter what.
people are going and spending that money back in
They
on
aren't
the
just gonna let it
gifts
sit.
for their families and so, but they're way too concerned about material things. I mean, most people are lost in that material world where owning, buying, having things is the only thing that matters to them, and they're blinded to reality. So
I agree.
yeah, no, just most people they don't pay attention. Nobody's actually looking at themselves most of the time. And I know most people will probably say, "Well, I'm thinking about others." And then I would say, ask yourself, why are you thinking about others? What is it
Yeah.
that you're getting from that? And because you're not doing it just because. If you were doing it just because, you wouldn't do it
What are you gonna do for others,
as in forced into it because it's Christmas time, right? Most people feel
and
like, well, I
why?
have to buy gifts because it's Christmas. That's how most people feel. I'm almost sure most people feel, I have to buy people gifts because that's what they've been told. They've been trained
Yeah.
ever since they were young that they don't, it's not they get to, right? Most people should look at it as like, well, it's a chance to experience that or have that. No, most people look at it as I have to. I don't have any choice. So,
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, you you touched on like gift giving is way overdone now, and that's a thing. But like, how do you even rein that back in? How do you even bring that back? How do you even
no.
put something like that back in the bottle, other than like turning to a Christian
Yeah.
based,
Understanding what's going on is the only way
that's
people
the only
can do
way,
it.
right?
And if people aren't ready
Honestly.
to work on themselves, they'll never understand what's going on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because quality over quantity, get something that helps them change, behaviors, or change their future, to change your past, something like that, but if it doesn't mean something, just like how, I was saying before, it's like, is it formality, or is it an actual meaning? A lot of the things, like, and and that's difficult to say.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. People need
But
to, they also need to stop looking at the gifts as, uh, the better the gift, the happier they are. Also, that's another bad thing that we've done with that is if you don't get the gift you
but
want, or it's not an
I
expensive gift, you feel like it's an insignificant thing, and it shouldn't even be
yeah,
about the gift. It should be about that somebody took that moment, that second, long enough to think about you and give you something. And even if they were made to, in this instance, in my opinion, it feels like they're made to, but the person receiving the gift shouldn't feel anything from it. They should accept it and be
but
gracious.
even like, dude, even though no one has told me like, hey, you should get a gift for this person, or you should get a gift, you should get me this, right? Nobody said anything about it, but there's still a pressure to get a gift. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's like
Oh,
there's just a
absolutely.
pressure
And that's a great point.
everywhere.
That's a great point. And now I guess this is great because I'm gonna actually now direct this towards you. Is that pressure that you're feeling, is that from somebody else, or do you think that that's inside of you?
It's from my surroundings,
But is that
from
but
radio ads,
but that feeling that you
from
get, right.
viewing,
You're hearing it,
from
but that feeling that's coming from that you get from it, where does that feeling come from? Not the
what, like,
not the people who are doing or saying it, but the fact that that feeling comes into your body, you know what I mean? In
the
general.
feeling isn't that I need to get a gift. The feeling is that, well, I can get this now, and because it's on, everything's cheaper, and then I'm like,
Hmm.
hey, I can get this now, and then be done with it, and
You're
that's it.
because you know you have to get something.
Well, I don't have to get something, but I should, right? Because
No, this is
if
great.
I'm
This is
gonna get
exactly right.
stuff for my life, right, then to
Yeah.
to advance, like for example, I got a bed frame.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
ordered a bed frame,
Hmm.
and so I order a bed
I
frame,
think I
and
see what you're saying. You're
that's something
saying
that
that
was on
if you're
sale.
going to, I think I get the direction you're going. Now, let me just clarify this. You use that gift time as almost a way to purchase things that you need for the family, as opposed to just buying gifts for people willy nilly. That you would use
Yes,
it to, well, for instance, like,
absolutely.
we just bought a microwave, and
I would
when I
do that
brought the microwave up, I was like,
100%
Merry
for every
Christmas,
single
like,
gift.
it's not really a Christmas
If
gift,
I
but
had
it's
to
like,
give a gift, that's what I'd do.
I understand what you're saying now. Yes, I get it. So if you needed something,
And
be like,
I don't know, that's just the way that I automatically turn to, is like, okay, so I need a bed frame. It's probably a good time to buy a bed frame. That's immediately what I thought. And I went and bought a bed frame. And I got Steffi a computer too, because, she's doing a lot of Twitch, and she's really fucking burning my shit up. So,
yeah.
there you go. So I want my computer back, and I got my computer back. So, and she's doing good too. She's making money on Twitch consistently. She's growing, so
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. So get her something like a computer to help her advance, right? That's the way I looked at it as
You're
well.
trying to
And
make money
then,
off of her. I get it.
yeah,
She's
exactly.
like a
Oh, I told
workhorse.
her.
She's like a pack mule. Just
Well, it's
do
the
the
same thing
job
as
and give me
you.
my
I
money.
told you, I told her, I was like, hey, I'll go out and I'll work, and that way you can do what you want and make the money will
Hmm.
come.
Yeah, Ken agrees with that. Ken was saying that they do stuff like that at Christmas too, and that's what we did a lot as well. I think everybody does that. That is not well off, as in not rich. When we're talking about our poorer friends, that's kind of what you have to do almost, because when you're spending that much money, it has to be towards something that's going to benefit the family.
Yeah, because it's like today, right? My grandma came over and she's like, "Yeah, my cousin, he doesn't have kids. He just lives with my uncle. They live with his brother and everything. They live all together. It's just them three, And he bought a 2018 Honda Civic, and he bought it outright cash, right? But it's like they live probably 20 minutes from him. But I'm doing all the stuff, and it's just like, man, where do they come in at when it's Christmas time, and they're borrowing her car to get around, and it's just weird, man. The whole situation.
Well, never look into somebody else though. I mean, you can't look into other people because they're just lost.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like with the car thing, it's like I couldn't spend that type of money on a car like that, right? And for him, it was like, well, I just got a new car and it's nice, but
Well, I think you should
it's like,
rephrase it. I think you
man,
could spend that kind of money on a car if you wanted to, but you don't want to because you find money better spent in other ways than throwing away
yeah.
$30,000 on a car instead of buying a $6,000 car and then having the rest of that money for the family or something to that effect.
Yeah, and I mean, I imagine he's probably saving a good 15, 2 grand a month, right? And
By doing
um,
what?
so it's just working. He works and he's
Oh, oh,
streaming,
oh.
but he's working
Yeah, I
really,
thought you meant by
full
somehow. I
time.
thought you were
But
referring to the purchase of the
he doesn't
car
pay any
somehow was
bills. You know
saving
what I
him
mean?
money.
So
I didn't realize.
they're
Sorry.
not like he barely pays any bills. So it's like he just saves money. Saves up money,
Uh huh.
and he bought the car out with outright cash. And it's like, okay, it's just like, but why would you spend your cash on that? It's kind of strange. But then Christmas time comes around, and he's, he just doesn't won't spend any money. He won't spend any money at all unless it's like one big purchase. Like the only time I think I've seen him spend money.
Hmm.
You know, which kudos to him, dude.
Yeah.
Kudos to him. That's insane. But that's the only time I've ever seen him spend money. Other than that, it's like they're broke. They're broke on everything. It's weird. But and Christmas time comes around, and now it's like I don't even see my uncles anymore. It used to be everybody met together, and it was formalities a little bit, and it wasn't formalities, but then it slowly became more formalities, and now it's like we don't even meet together. My grandma just came to my house.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
now it's
like I
really a
don't even see them
formality.
anymore. I just hear the stories now.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly. So,
And that's why it's so
but
nice, and in my opinion, that just being away from all that, there's no stories, there's no issues, there's no people, there's no drama, there's no trouble, there's no highs, there's no lows. There's just me, just being me. That's it. And it's for me, it's way better
that's
not having
nice.
that anymore. And having that feeling of other people's drama. And don't get me wrong, everybody does that. Everybody, everybody, um, you know, it used to be a thing for me as well that I would, it was a thrill listening to all the stories of what's going on with everybody. It really, truly is. Um, and, you get a lot of emotional feeling from that. And because of my lifestyle now and overcoming and everything that I do, I have no interest in that anymore, but I do understand it completely. And I know the feeling, and it is a good feeling of, not just spending time, but just gossip in general about the family. And Christmas is a lot about that. I mean, how many times you go there and then it's like you hear about the whole family, especially.
It's just your family comparing to each other the
Yeah,
whole time
exactly.
and telling them your
Mom and
achievements
grandma
throughout the
are
year.
are kind of the worst, in my opinion, for this. And it's mostly because it's a woman thing, because gossiping's
And
kind of a
that's true.
woman thing.
They and that's
But
that's a big thing. They're
yeah,
watching me grow a family, of 3 children and a sole household, and Steffi stays home. And then they watch my other cousin. He stays home and works, and he just bought a 2018 car cash.
yeah.
So
I mean, how many
and
times you
it's like,
guys go to grandma's house or your mom's house, and then she tells you about how good somebody else did something for her, and then they don't. It's almost like they're telling you that you're not doing as good, right? That's what it feels like
yeah,
inside. Whether they intentionally mean to do it or not, that's just something that
well,
happens.
yeah,
They may not be intentionally trying to hurt you, but it's always like, well, this person's doing so good and they're having, and then this, and they enjoy telling you that, even though it may hurt you. But it's not because it's intentional, though. You have to understand that evil works through people, but the people don't see it. So it's not like they're intentionally doing it. But then that goes into you. And then the next thing you know, you're upset inside in your own thoughts, because that's all it is, because none of it's real. What we're talking about is all just stuff that's not even real. You're upset that somebody is doing better because you feel like you're doing worse, not because they're doing better necessarily,
yeah,
because you don't necessarily care about them, but that you're not doing better. And then that affects you. And it's
yeah,
something as simple as walking into the kitchen and hearing that little bit of gossip that can really change a person and set them down the wrong path mentally with that. And then it becomes a tit for tat or going back and forth. And that's also a big thing that happens around the holidays time. And it can really affect people. So, it's not, though, the fault of the mother or the grandmother or the woman or the man doing it, because let's be honest, some men are women, some men are females. They love to gossip too. And in that case, those men are women. But it's something that they don't see. And so it's up to us as the people who go and visit. It's inside of us to make sure that we get no feeling from that whatsoever. You can't expect anything out of somebody else. So the things that I'm saying, I'm not expecting I wouldn't expect my mom or my grandma or someone that's telling me something like that to ever change. What has to change is inside of us. And I changed what's inside of me. And then that changed how I felt about that. And then it stopped mattering, because I realized that what was going on was I
yeah,
was getting upset in my mind over something that wasn't even real. Why do I care what somebody
yeah.
else has or what they're doing or any of that stuff, right? And
Can every single family does it? Every single family, you know. It's just to a point to where it's like, hey, Are you gonna let it affect you though?
Yeah. Oh,
It probably
every family
like
does
I
it.
don't. Like I'm
Every
just like,
single
hey,
person.
that stupid dude
Yeah.
bought fucking the 2008 Honda that he can't work on in cash. I mean, my fucking '02 Cummins gonna outlive that bitch. And
Yeah.
he could have bought 10 of mine trucks.
Hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But we all do that, and we
it
get
just
that from our. It's handed down to us through our parents, and that's the way it goes into us, and then we feel that way, and then we carry that, and then we pass that on too, and that's why that this change, and just this Christmas issue is just bringing up this topic because it's such a time of people's selfishness, but not in a good way. It's not in a way
it's like
of
you
working on themselves.
you
It's a way of
remember
what can I get from other people. Right? I'm
you remember
selfish.
Fallout
People think I'm
3?
selfish because I'm not going around and visiting family, but that's not it. I'm working on myself. I'm not worried about anybody else
You
because I
play
can't worry
Fallout
about it.
3?
Me. No.
Yeah. Okay, so in Fallout 3, you could go and it was a certain place on a ship or something, and you go pay the church money, and you'd basically get your character back.
Uh-huh.
Like your your mental state. On GTA. But
Mm-hmm.
it was like your good versus bad.
Right.
In the community,
Yeah.
and you just give them as much money as you could, and they'd
And so that's so funny,
they'd
isn't it?
forgive you.
That's what and
Yeah.
that's what they make you think being good is. They want you to think that being good is giving somebody $1 million, and then that makes that person good.
Because it makes
And
you feel
you know what's
good, and
crazy?
that's why you
The
watch these
craziest
YouTube
part
videos
about
of
that
people,
is,
giving away $1 million.
check this out. This you could not even know this person, right? You've never met this person before in your life, not one time. But somebody hands you $1
But you're
million
gonna
dollars.
feel joy from
Okay,
them.
somebody hands you $1 million, and what's the first thing you think? That's a good person. Tell me it wouldn't be the very first thing you would think. And you would tell everyone. You would immediately and you would run tell everybody, he gave me $1 million. That's a good person. That's a good person. And you wouldn't even know that person. And especially spiritually, you wouldn't know them. But even beyond that, that's not what, but you see what I'm saying? Like how easily we're tricked into thinking someone is a good person because of something like that, but not because of a fault of our own, but because we're blind to the truth of what good and evil really are most of the time. So, yeah, that's actually hilarious right there. That is a very good, representation of what we're talking about right there. So, anyways, though, yeah. So I think that
Have you got up any Christmas decorations?
I don't do Christmas. I'm like, literally, this holiday is nothing to me anymore. I mean, like, literally nothing. It's just another day,
You don't have a
not
single
one
Christmas
single
decoration.
Christmas
If the
decoration.
FBI
Yep.
had a
Send
warrant
them over.
for your
Send them
arrest
over.
and they searched and
I
breached
didn't
your
even change
house
a
and they
wallpaper
found one
on a
Christmas,
computer screen. I didn't change a wallpaper on a phone. There's not one teddy bear with a Christmas tree
wow,
sitting in here. There's nothing, dude. There's nothing. Now
wow, Carter
downstairs,
Page
I
himself.
can't say for sure with the neighbors,
Up,
but that's not my house,
up, yep.
so I can't say for down there. But no, we got our Christmas tree out of the attic and then just didn't even set it
Your
up.
cat in the background just being a mouthy bitch.
Hey. Yeah. All right, let me go quiet him down real quick. You take over. Be right back.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I wanted to hang Christmas stuff and everything, but dude, honestly, Christmas snuck up on me. I was lucky to fucking just bear down through Thanksgiving. What it feels like right now to be working every day in this economy, what it feels like is to be a greenhorn on one of those deadliest catch ships, then going through the holidays. That's what it feels like right about now, where the storms are heavy, it's dark and fucking you're sick and it's not looking good. Captain's probably, high on something, but everybody's made it through before, so
Oh boy,
we'll
what's he
keep
high? What kind of
trucking.
ship drugs we talking here?
It just
I don't think that's safe on the high seas, is it? Is that why they call it the high
oh
seas?
no, they all went to jail.
Oh, they did. Oh, I guess I'm out of the loop there too.
They were all doing meth, dude. Yeah, they were all methed
Oh,
up.
they're
It was
messing
all
around?
methed up, dude. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah,
I did
and
not know
that's
that.
basically what going through Thanksgiving felt like, and now then you come through Christmas, and it's like, oh man, like, whew, what are we doing? And luckily on 2026, boom, we got the boom coming.
Boom.
So
Sorry, we got we got
yeah,
a thing. We got a thing we got to do. Sorry about that.
yeah. So yeah, it's just there, it's just it. You'll see. Everybody will
So
see.
did they
Everybody will
get? Are those the
understand.
same guys then from Joe Exotic's places then?
What?
'Cause I'm pretty sure they were all messing around too, right? Were they getting their stuff from the
Oh.
same supplier? That was all around the same time era, wasn't it?
Mm, no. I would say Deadliest Catch was like 2012, right?
And when was?
And Tiger King was like 2006 or some
Oh my.
shit.
Okay. Yeah, decades apart. My bad. I didn't realize it was close to the same era. Okay. But if you look back,
You know,
Deadliest Catch actually probably started before then, didn't they? They probably started in the mid 2000s or early.
I feel
That's
like
an old
I feel
show.
like meth really
How
didn't
did we
become a
get off on this
problem
stuff? Hold on.
until
Hold on. Let's crank it.
you
We
know.
can crank it back. That is not Christmas time talk, my friend.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand. Different podcast.
Oh boy. I think we're gonna definitely have a whole podcast about that because we got a lot of talking to
We
do
should.
about your
We really
personal
should.
experiences, dude. So let's save it. Let's save it. We're not gonna bring that up
Not
here.
me. I mean, well, technically, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely
But
you.
oh,
Just
I
not in
didn't
the way
realize.
that they're
Yeah,
doing it, but yeah, no. So, but anyway,
yeah.
no,
No, I was
I understand.
prescribed.
I understand. So, anyways, yeah, Christmas time, jingle bells,
Christmas
holiday.
time. Paul McCartney, and
Definitely consumerism got a
it's
hold of Christmas. Whatever it was
yeah,
to
yeah,
begin
yeah,
with,
yeah.
it certainly wasn't about buying things and doing anything other than Christmas was 100% about self-reflection and a time to understand what's going on in each and every one of us. And we've lost that, and we've turned it into an ego-based, feelings-based, gift-giving, money-hungry, capitalist type of. Not that capitalism is bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against it. I'm just saying that the dark side of
And
capitalism comes
here's
out
and
in
here's
this
where the
situation.
real issue is, right? The real issue is, right, is that Christmas lost its special value because every motherfucker is buying shit whatever they want all year.
Yeah.
So Christmas time comes and nobody can afford what anybody really wants because they would have already fucking bought it or they would buy it themselves.
Yeah. No, that's and again, that's the same thing. That's because everybody's getting off on buying stuff. Right? It's not about
Yeah.
necessarily giving stuff or everything.
No,
Which,
I'm just saying
but
that's what happened to you talking about consumerism took over.
yeah,
Like it
yeah. It's everybody wants to buy stuff. Like buy.
Yeah.
I want. Oh man, I want this and I want that.
But now we do it all year. It's Christmas all
Yeah.
year, and then you want
Mhm.
me to ramp it up at the end of the year? Like that's where they get you on the economy, and they want you to really fucking run that hamster wheel,
Yeah.
So don't go buy a 2018 Honda Cash when you can go buy a fucking $5,000, 2008 Honda or Ford Escape, something like that, and then does the same shit, even better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and not saying that, it's just choices, he can go do that. That's what drives the economy. But I'm just saying that don't let, get run on the hamster wheel and then run extra fast during Christmas. If you save it for Christmas, then it becomes extra special. But if you don't, then realize what, like, hey, maybe I shouldn't hold these gifts and I should just give them to whoever it is. And if I'm going to give them something,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And then I think that's a great time for a little reflection of thinking about, and this is just something people need to think about, what would happen if you didn't give them something? what would happen? I'm not talking about your kids, guys. I'm not talking about give your kids a present, right?
I'm already
But I'm
doing
talking
that in
about
a
like
lot of
your
cases.
neighbor, your coworker, all these people that we're giving gifts to that we call our friends, right? These are our friends. I use air quotes. I wish you guys see. You can't see it, but we call these people our friends. And then what would happen if we didn't give them a gift? Would they get mad? Would it affect them? It shouldn't affect you at all to not receive a gift.
Dudes will text me K.
You should get no feeling whatsoever from not receiving a gift, neither good nor bad. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. And if it does matter, then that's the problem with having something like that, an expectation over something like gift giving, like Christmas and all that. The expectation is destroying people, because as soon as your friend or your family member or your cousin, as soon as they don't give you a gift and you have that expectation, now you hate them and now you're angry at them. And that's what truly what evil wants. And it works in hand with things that people have created, from things that are supposed to be about Christ or about inner reflection or about God or about any of those things. And then when it turns into something else, that's exactly what evil wants. And then once it can just kind of blind everybody to it, right? And then it's got everybody doing this thing, and nobody takes 1 second to stop and say, "What are we doing?" Like how and to then expect it from other people. Now you're just sitting there waiting for your gift. You're waiting for your gift from this person. You're waiting for your gift. And the only reason that I know this is because this was me that I'm speaking about right now. It was me, just like it's everybody out there. It's in all of us. And we have to, I don't, and it doesn't mean that you don't accept a gift from somebody. I mean, if someone gives you a gift, fine. But if they don't, fine, right? We have to stop expecting anything.
I'm wait,
only
wait.
only what we find in ourselves
What?
should bring us happiness, which is the inner spirit. Nothing external, no gift, nothing should bring us a feeling that matters to us like that. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, jump in. Excuse me.
No, I was just waiting for a
Oh, waiting for his gift. Oh, you're gonna keep waiting, dude. It's gonna be a long wait. It's gonna be such a long wait.
gift.
My goodness.
Yeah. Fucking, I'm gonna intercept
Yeah.
VTEX packages.
Yeah. Nobody
It's coming.
nobody should have an expectation of gifts from me, because
I
I am not
expect
giving
the
anybody gifts,
world.
and I'm talking zero people. Not my
Basically, the
children,
way I see
not
it,
my
dude, is
parents,
if I just
not my wife. Nobody gets a gift.
expose you to enough people, dude, you'll be like Scarface, and I'll be like the guy who,
Mm.
you fuck my sister and then you shoot
Whoa.
me. So now,
It's the last time you'll
just
see a
kidding.
bad guy like me.
That's Scarface, dude. That's
Oh man, that's rough. That's not me.
that's heavy, dude. It's another heavy one. We're getting heavy on Christmas, and once again, habitually overcome and do it for your family. Create a family, and that's the way to do it. Don't be selfish and
And your
just
sister
do
forced
things
herself on me.
alone.
I didn't want it, you guys. I didn't want it. Like, stop. And she's like, shut up. I can't finish. I didn't know what was going on. Oh man, she was very strong.
Oh, dude. Oh. You're very, very strong, man. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so
All right.
amazing. What else? What else, you guys? Anything else? What is
I mean,
Chris?
I wanted to run through like what is your favorite? What is your like Christmas music? Right?
Let's
what
go.
are you choosing to listen to?
Fast money. Let's do this.
What's your top 5?
Fire off,
Top
dude.
5
I'll answer
Christmas
these questions
music.
as fast as
Go.
possible, dude. This is how you play fast money, you guys.
Yeah, you're in the hot seat.
Yeah. So now, what was the question again? Music?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like,
Christmas songs?
a guy like yourself,
Mhm.
guy like yourself.
Yeah.
What type of music you getting down to at Christmas time?
Oh boy. Again. So unfortunately, if I have to be honest in this situation, I could just lie and tell you that I
Nothing.
play music, but I don't listen to music anymore either. And
That's what
so,
I know.
yeah,
I know.
unfortunately, I've
But
lost
back
that.
when
But
you
now,
did,
back when I
though,
did, though, um,
what were
so
your
let's
like?
see. I
The
never was
common
super big into
ones,
Christmas
right?
songs, but I mean, I will sing like "Deck the
God
Halls,"
Almighty, dude! I would just
"Jingle
like to strap
Bells."
you to the chair and just beat you with a lock and chain. Sometimes, just
That's what's that going to accomplish now? Wait a minute. What are we doing? Why are we doing this to me? What did I do?
just. Why can't you tell me what Christmas music you liked when you liked Christmas music?
I don't know. I never really was that into Christmas again, but I was trying to tell you, like, if you
God
catch
damn
me,
it, dude!
if you would like catch me like whistling a
Oh my
Christmas
God.
time tune, it would be
Dude, yeah,
something
I'm supposed to
like,
catch you whistling like
yeah,
I'm a fucking time
exactly.
traveler, dude.
Like Deck the Halls, like
Deck the
Jingle
halls,
Bells,
dude. I was
like
thinking like
Frosty the
Paul
Snowman.
McCartney, Trans
Nah,
Siberian
because
Orchestra.
truly my Christmas time music comes from my childhood. Because once I became into like hard
Yeah.
rock by the time I was probably like 13 or 14, I never listened to Christmas music again. And so it was all
Okay, that's
kiddie
true.
kind of
You kind of
Christmas
flipped it on
songs.
it. Yeah,
I mean, the close, let's
I
see.
get that.
So a Christmas song that I've listened to in the past 10 years would probably be like, I think Andre 3000 and Kanye did a Christmas
What?
something song. What's it called? You guys might know it
See,
if
that's what
somebody's
I'm
out there.
talking about. That's exactly the shit. You see what I'm saying? I should have just beat you with the fucking lock and chain,
But
and
it's
you
like,
like,
do
oh,
I listen to it
Andre
because I like
2000 and
it? No,
Kanye
like,
Christmas
no,
song.
it's a good
I was like,
song,
thank you.
and I would listen to it, but I don't relate it with Christmas necessarily. It's not like Christmas
But
comes
now we
around
have
and I'm like, oh,
something.
I gotta play this song. See,
It's not.
those are things
Wait,
that,
hold on.
yeah, I
Hold
know.
on. It's not a Christmas song?
It is a Christmas song, but I don't play it
It
at.
is a
It
Christmas.
is
Okay, okay.
it's
All right,
about
all right. We're
Christmas.
back. We're back. We're back. We're
Wait,
back.
wait.
We're back.
I'll hold on. Just give me a second. I'll tell you the song. Just go ahead. Take over for a
I
second.
was
I'll be
about
right
to
back.
say, if it's not a Christmas song, I'm going to be so upset that I just asked for a Christmas song. Oh my God. What a knucklehead.
I'm finding it. So is this the time that normally we would start playing the song, or is that's not possible for us to do?
I don't know,
I
dude. I
mean,
don't
it's
know the
possible
laws
we
and
could do it. I
physics
know I can
and.
add it to the stream, but I'm afraid that it will take away everything we
Just
have.
go and look it up yourself if you want to hear it. You know
Fine.
what I mean? That's.
Oh,
I
you're
just
talking
want
about.
you to type the name and link it down below or
Yeah,
something.
I'm going into my playlist. I'm gonna
If
pull it
you
up
want
right
to
now.
add, if you can add it in and play it. You know what I mean? Fucking, I don't care.
Yeah, no,
Split the revenue with
nah,
them. You know,
nah,
split the
nah.
half a penny we're probably
Okay,
gonna get
so
from
it's
this
in
episode
here.
overall,
Is it in here? I
if
think it's
that.
in here. Let me
On the
go down and
upside,
find it.
probably negative.
No, I
We're
was
probably
wrong.
paying
It's
them at that
not.
point.
Andre 3000 and Kanye have a song. That's Life of the Party. I was wrong song. It's called Christmas in Harlem.
Life of the party.
Yeah, this song I'm talking about is called
Christmas in
Christmas in
Harlem.
Harlem. Kanye West,
Okay.
High, and Teyana
Christmas in
Taylor.
Harlem.
Yeah,
Beautiful song, dude.
Christmas in Harlem, you
Beautiful
guys.
song.
So there you go.
I'm telling you this right now. If you send it to me, Toots,
Yeah.
I will, because I will. Sometimes we take turns on the sharing radio, on the way up to the beach.
Yeah.
And when we go up there for this Christmas, dude,
All right.
I will play it every single one of my turns.
Okay, I'll shoot it over to you. Oh boy.
I will play it for my family every single time to the point where Bruce's favorite Christmas song will be Christmas in
But you see what I'm
Harlem.
saying? That's just on my list of like my Kanye, list of songs that I would listen to, which I don't even listen to anymore.
But that's why
it was just
that's
in the
why I
list
asked
as a
you
good song.
why I asked
It had
you
nothing to do with
the way I
Christmas.
asked you.
See, that's why I don't think of Christmas songs, is because it's like I don't even relate Christmas songs with Christmas, because if it's a good song, I would listen to it, and if it's not a good song, I don't listen to it. Christmas or not Christmas.
And look what we got. We got a fucking Kanye Christmas
We
song.
pulled
out
one
of it.
out, dude. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't realize that. If you just want me to come up with Christmas songs that I know of, that's totally different,
No,
dude.
that you like.
Yeah,
dude,
no, they're
that
not.
you
They're not
liked
out there.
When you liked
Nah,
Christmas
they're not out
music.
there. What else?
God
What
damn
else?
it, dude. And then you're gonna be like, oh well, this other song, and
mean,
then
they
I'm
may
gonna
come
beat
to
you with
me.
a chain. Just
I
go,
haven't listened to music in a
pow.
long time. All right, it might come to me. I don't know. I forget things, you guys.
I get it,
My
man.
brain
I
is
get
my
it. But
brain is soup.
I'm more of a just. I'm more of the anything
Anything
Steve
goes.
Miller Band, Paul McCartney, Steve Miller Band, Paul McCartney, uh, Elton John's got a good Christmas album. It's decent. It's not like Christmas album, not like I don't know, it's like a song. Like each of them has song, and it resembled. I don't know what it's called, but it resembled his Yellow Brick Road or whatever. You know,
What about All I Want for Christmas Is You? That's the one I hear most of the time. That probably plays 20 times a day on a TV station or something when it gets real close to Christmas time. Who sings that?
that goes back to the
Is that like a Mariah Carey song
either
or something?
Mariah Carey or
Yeah.
Faith Hill, dude.
Yeah.
They're one of the same.
Yeah.
Cut from the same cloth.
Yeah. Who else made Christmas
They're
songs?
both made on the same Christmas icicle, dude.
We need help here, you guys. Someone tell us the bands that made Christmas songs that are good.
I mean, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, right? I had their album because I actually liked the riffs, and
You don't
the
have to
music.
make excuses for
And,
liking what you like, dude. It's fine. We're all fine with it. Okay? It's okay.
Okay, all
Don't
right.
be embarrassed.
Okay, thank you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
But so they have a song. So I got it for the song that you always hear on the radio, right? The it's like I don't know the name of it offhand, but it's the one that you always hear on the radio, right? And so they have another song on there called "The Mountain," and it's like a heavy like rock Christmas song. It's like a heavy rock, and it's just nice. And so that's like one of the ones that I like to hit, So
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's switch it
overall,
up. What about Christmas movies then? Because this would be more of my
Fat Man,
area.
Fat Man, Fat Man, Fat Man, Fat Man.
Right. Not a Home Alone guy?
I could be a Home Alone guy with your kids and everything,
Yeah.
but also Fat Man.
Home Alone.
Fat Man is the #1 Christmas movie
Whoa,
made
whoa, whoa,
in
whoa, whoa,
the
whoa.
most 10 years, in
Okay.
the most recent
Okay,
10 years.
all right. I'll let that slide. You almost messed
All right,
up, but I'll let that one
back it
slide.
down, back it down.
No,
back it down.
I've always been a Die Hard is a Christmas movie kind of guy. I basically watch Die Hard
Yes.
because it comes on at Christmas time. I flip it on.
I like that.
Yeah, I watch
like
Die
that.
Hard. It's a Christmas movie.
But
Brings joy and cheer to my heart. And then
if
you also
haven't
hear,
seen Fat Man,
is it Run DMC that sings the Christmas song on? There you go. Is it Run DMC that has a Christmas song on Die Hard? Boom. Nailed it. That's 2. Play that one as well. Let's find it. Hold on. I got to find it.
whatever, dude. Yeah, I like Fat Man. I like I wouldn't like what and I'm gonna be completely honest, right? Like what Christmas movie would you sit down and watch? You know? Would you genuinely sit down and watch? And I think Fat Man
Christmas in Hollis.
and I haven't seen that.
That's the song. Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis.
Why is all the songs you like Christmas in Harlem, Christmas in Hollis, dude? Come on.
I don't know. It's spending Christmas in other places than where I exist.
Apparently, dude. It's wherever you are not, dude. Oh my god.
Christmas everywhere
So
I'm
good.
not.
Yeah. Christmas.
Who else has got a
in
Christmas
Tennessee.
song, you guys?
Real nice
Back
Western
to Christmas
song.
movies. What about
Yeah, I mean,
obviously the big one, A Christmas Story? How about that?
these are movies that you need to watch one time.
Oh,
at
well, A
least one
Christmas
time.
Story
Everyone needs to watch.
was probably watched
Are we-
more than almost any other Christmas movie of all time, though.
Well, yeah, yeah, I
Maybe
agree.
A
I
Miracle on
agree. I
34th
agree.
Street or whatever that movie is. I never was really into that one, but A Christmas Story I've watched a lot of times.
What about what's that one where um is a Christmas Story where his tongue sticks to the pole?
Yes, that's A Christmas Story. Yes,
Oh,
correct.
okay. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Well, then that one you could probably watch once or twice.
Right. Well, in the
But
old days, that movie was watched basically every
it was
year.
on 24/7,
Yeah.
you know,
Mm-hmm. When I
on
was
loop,
younger, like
So
my stepdad, that was his
people would
favorite Christmas movie.
it was yeah.
We watched it a
Yeah.
million times during Christmas if it was
And now
on.
they have Fat Man.
Well, it's different, but it's good. And it's good. Now, does that bring up an interesting topic? Not to throw it off, but why haven't they
God,
remade A Christmas Story? They're remaking everything, right? They
well,
remake everything. Where is the remake of A Christmas Story?
I think you know.
I do. All right, I do. What else?
How would they remake the Christmas Story?
The exact same with these updated characters that they want new actors basically just
Mm,
redoing the exact
mm,
same movie,
mm,
but not as good.
mm,
Classic. And
mhm,
instead of
mhm,
a BB gun,
mhm,
he gets a
mhm,
AR-15.
mhm. Deck the fuck out in Daniel Defense, dude.
Yeah, absolutely stacked.
Sponsored.
Nice.
Is this my PSA Jackal? Oh my god.
Yeah. So, but yeah, just
Thanks, Mom.
basically a remake of that. What about like Santa
Yeah.
Claus movies? Do you like Santa Claus movies?
Tim Allen,
Or just
definitely.
just
That's
any
that's
Santa Claus
definitely
movie?
like
I think Kurt Russell has some, Tim Allen has some. I think Jack Black made
uh,
one. I mean, The Rock is in this one that's
Jack
on now. I
Black.
mean, how do you feel about Santa Claus style
Okay, yeah, The
movies?
Rock. The Rock kind of. I'm not. It's okay.
It's more of a like
And
a
Jack Black.
it seems to me that they've tried to take like something that was more for um
I
a
don't know what
a
they did,
younger
dude. They had them. They
generation.
had that guy as a tooth fairy. They had that guy
Yeah,
as a
but
fucking hockey
but I
player.
mean, Santa Claus movies is kind of for kids, right? Adults, I think it's kind of weird for
Tim
adults
Allen
to be
is
into.
Santa Claus. I'm 100% sure of it.
Yeah. Don't you think that's weird though for adults to be into that as opposed to just Santa Claus being something that we tell our kids about as the tale goes.
Not if I have proof and it's a conspiracy theory that he is actually Saint
And do you
Nicholas, dude.
think? And
A descendant of Saint
have
Nicholas.
you seen the Kurt Russell Santa Claus movies? Because he does pretty good too.
Well, if I watch that one, he might be too,
He
dude.
does.
I
He
don't
does
know.
pretty
I'll
all
have to
right.
let you know.
I gotta say, I'm a big
If
fan
he's
of
a
Kurt
good
Russell.
Santa,
I
then
just
he might be,
I like the guy. I like him.
I like the guy too. Yeah,
He's a
no,
great guy.
100%.
Great actor.
Yeah. I've watched a lot of Kurt Russell, a lot of Sicario, a lot
He
of
wasn't in
I've
that.
watched Sicario a couple
He wasn't
times.
in that.
Okay, I watched Payback.
Yeah, definitely wasn't in that.
I watched
Just keep throwing out movies he's not in, dude. This is
yeah, no,
classic.
I was gonna
Just
keep
keep coming up
going.
with everything you can that he's not in, dude. Amazing.
He wasn't in what was he? He wasn't in
No,
Sicario?
how about Tombstone? Can we just? That's like the easiest one. He was
Oh,
Wyatt
okay, yeah.
Earp.
God, why do I always mistake his name, man? I don't know. I don't know
Which
why I
one?
do that,
Who
dude. My
from
brain's
Sicario
just
did you
wired
think he
wrong.
was? Just out of curiosity. Which
The
character?
muscled dude. The dude, yeah, the
Josh
muscled
Brolin?
guy. Josh Brolin, yeah. Oh yeah. Very similar.
You know what? Now that you say that, I didn't see that connection before, but I could see that. They kind of, they're a couple of really good-looking dudes, so I get it.
Couple good
I
looking
get it.
guys.
Great
You know what I mean?
bodies,
I don't
great
look too
bodies.
vaguely. They're just like, hey, good looking guy, good looking
Absolutely
guy. That's my
fantastic.
Huckleberry, and that's the Sicario in my head, right?
Now, are we
That's the
talking?
way I see
Are we
it.
talking like Josh Brolin, like juiced up cable Josh Brolin? Or are we talking like, what's the movie with
that's
him
Sicario,
and
Josh Brolin, yeah.
Paul Walker back in the day where they were hunting treasure on ships. They were treasure
yeah,
hunters.
Sahara? No.
No, but
That's Matthew
it's like
McConaughey.
that one though. I can't remember the name of that, but he was very slender and not big in that movie, and he became quite a large guy later on, which I'm into. Don't get me wrong. Take care of yourselves, you guys.
This podcast gonna be taken out of context.
Is it? Well, if it is,
in many ways, dude.
I can't be in control of what anybody thinks. So you guys think whatever you want.
Nope.
Whatever you think, it doesn't matter.
Do what you want.
Does not matter. Uh-oh. That's trouble, you guys.
That's how you do it.
Wow. Can you guys freaking believe an hour's gone already? Did we even get to everything? I don't think so. Either way, I just want to wish everybody out there a very, very Merry Christmas. And I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic holiday. Spend it with your families. Eat too much. Have too much fun. Enjoy life. And don't sweat the little stuff. And let's move into a great 2026. Boom! Did I nail it, dude? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, guys. Thanks very much for hanging out with us. From all of us here at the Habitual Overcomers Podcast, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We'll see you next time.